My name is Bibi Jan. I'm school counsellor, educator as well as social activist. I was also underprivileged. I don't come from rich family. I came from very humble background. After 25 years as a school teacher, I decided to switch to become school counsellor. In school, I'm working with parents, I'm working with teachers, I do a lot of home visits. So I'm able to resonate, relate with the problem that parents feel. Intention and purpose and passion, to make a difference in my life and the life of others. When I was in CDS, I was a very young educator. I think just about 3-4 years after joining teaching MOE. And that was one of the most remarkable career journey for me, because my boss at that time was a priest, Father Robert Balhatchet. And he being white, Eurasian, and he has to be the leader of 3 other different language, Chinese, Tamil and Malay. During that period, I learned a lot about curriculum development. My appointment was at that time as a specialist writer. So we write curriculum, we have to do the training of teachers, we have to do proofreading, working with the publishing company. So that was a different job as compared to the classroom teaching. And we also learn how to respect each other culture in terms of finding similarity, finding commonality in terms of the value that we want to teach. So that's something very interesting. That's the reason why I'm very involved in also interfaith group, because that 6 years stint at CDIS give me exposure working with different ethnic groups. So this is where we promote intercultural understanding among the different writers within the curriculum. I give you an example of, for example, the concept of name. Because one of the things that we teach our children about name is reflected in your identity. Like for the Chinese, name is very important because it also carry the clan, like the Wong, the Lim, just like the Arabs or the Indians for that matter. But for the Malays, it's actually, the name is very much linked to religion, to Islam. So, and also we use the Malay proverb, for example, when we talk about the significance of name. So this is where my role as someone who is very well versed in the Malay culture, Malay language, so I can introduce the Malay proverbs in the curriculum. For example, we have this saying that harimau mati meninggalkan belang, gajah mati meninggalkan tulang, manusia mati meninggalkan nama. A tiger die, it leaves its stripe. When the elephant die, it leaves its bones. But when human beings die, they leave their names. People will remember you because of your name, good and bad. So this is the significance of name from the Malay perspective, being a Muslim and also being entrenched in the Malay culture. And I was very fortunate because at that time we don't have full-time school counselling scheme, but the teachers are being sent to late Anthony Yeo. Anthony Yeo was supposed to be the father of a counsellor in Singapore. So we went to be trained by him for 3 days, 4-day course, you see. And I find that it helpful, but not sufficient for me to be effective. So this is where I find that I need to deepen or learn more about how to relate well with parents, how to handle high-risk students, especially high-risk students. So when the opportunity came, inviting teachers, senior teachers to join full-time school counselling, I was one of those who actually took the options, went through the whole interview, and I have to attend a 6 months full-time course at NIE to get a postgraduate diploma in school counselling. So that was a good break, and also that gave me a new skill, a new set of competency for me to function as a school counsellor. And when I did my school counselling, subsequently I do another master's. So my first master's was on M.Ed, Master of Education, specializing in education psychology, but subsequently I did at Singapore University, Masters in Guidance and Counselling. So the practicum here, I did not go to focus on school counselling because I already have 10 years of school counselling. So I did family counselling. So I get myself attached to As-Salam, single parent family with PPS, and also Vista Sakina. So this Vista Sakina is more for the blended family. As-Salam is more for the single parent family. So that 6 months I was attached to As-Salam and ROMM, working with marital conflict and so on. That gives me another perspective where I can function as a family counsellor in addition of being a school counsellor. As a school counsellor, we have to provide support to the whole entire school system. So children who need emotional support, social support, motivation support, they will be channeled to me. Some of them are referred by their parents, some of them are referred by the key personnel of the school, some of them are referred by the teachers, form teachers, and some actually come on their own, they just walk in. The services that we're providing is to help the students to go through different phases of life, because especially when they come to secondary 1, for example, I have to help them to manage transition issue. I think being a counsellor doesn't matter whether school counsellor or prison counsellor or child counsellor, you know. I think being a counsellor, I think the most important is our personality. If you're not comfortable with people, you know, you can't even look at the eyes of the people, and it's very difficult to do the job. So because I think being a counsellor, you must be able to establish a trusting relationship, and from there you have to have a therapeutic relationship, and all this require soft skills, human skills. I think being a teacher itself has helped me a lot, because being a teacher, you have to do nurturing, you have to do a lot of nurturing work, you know, and it's not just a job for you to earn a living, but you have to be very patient, your quality, your personality play a part. And it was also a mixed ability. At that time we do, not really, they didn't fine-tune the streaming, the banding. So your expectation is, you're expected to handle student of different ability, different capacity, you know. So this is where your level of understanding about human development, about each child is different. So how do you respond to the managing the children, and they come from different backgrounds as well. If I were to be a teacher, I'll be able to get better pay because they have Connect Plan at that time. You know, they were introducing Connect Plan, but I find that I have migrated from teaching to counselling. I think counselling give me more scope for me to help the students. I don't just help the academic achievement, but I'm able to go to their heart and the mind and even the soul. I know we cannot use, we are counsellor in a secular school, so we are not allowed to do any religious, spirituality. But some students come to tell me, Dr. Bibi, can I use your counselling room? I said, what? What is it for? I want to have conversation with God. These are not Muslim kids. So I said, go ahead. Have a conversation with God. Your God, my God, we all have God. So if that help you, give you that therapeutic effect, have a conversation with God. Use my room. If I were to be a counsellor and I become a teacher, I'll be the best teacher. Because even initially I have a lot of problem because the teacherism in me was so strong. So we were specifically told, if you're a teacher, you become counsellor, make sure that you must remove your teacherism. Because teachers are very task-oriented. They want the best for the student. They just want to get 5 A's, 10 A's, you know. But then when you're a counsellor, you realize, while you want the children to have 10 A's, but you have to be practical also, must understand where the children come from. Take out our lenses and put the child lenses and use it. Then we'll be able to be more, we can show more empathy, more compassion. I joined teaching in 1980, and then by 81, 82, I was invited for a tea session to be a member of the Teachers Union. So I joined. By 1984, I've been co-opted as the EXCO member. So I was EXCO member from just ordinary member until I became Vice President of KJMS and subsequently President of KJMS in 2002 until 2009. One benefit of being KJMS EXCO member representing the Teachers Union, I work with the other teachers union, namely the STU, the Chinese Teachers Union and the Tamil Teachers Union, meeting with the government, with the MOE, specifically MOE, to discuss about the welfare or salary scale, or those were the days where they have ranking of teachers. So whatever performance management of teachers, they will give us the briefing. So we are in the loop lah. So when there's any problem with the teachers, we also will provide counselling for the teachers, and we will report or we will share those information with the MOE or with the government. Yeah. From being a KJMS representative, I given the opportunity to even sit in various national bodies. For example, I sit into the Central Committee of NTUC. So that was one of the big organizations, national organizations, that I work directly with NTUC. Within NTUC, sometimes I'm also sitting as a woman leader. So I work with the women union workers, and I'm representing NTUC sitting in MSF. There's a lot of opportunity when you're representing your organization. And within KJMS, I'm representing KJMS in Mendaki. I'm representing KJMS in Tabung Amal. It was a very good exposure for me because it gave me accessibility to various other organizations, and it opened up the mind, the horizon, the kind of people that you work with, the kind of experience you'll get. Social activism, if you look in simple language, you do something for the society. You involve yourself in for the benefit of the community. That's it. In simple layman language. You're paid. You are paid. When you're paid and they pay you for your professional work, I think you don't call yourself social activism, but social activism, you go beyond your day job. I mean, this is I define this way lah. I mean, you do it on your own. You do it when there's a need. You do it when you feel there's a gap there, and you fill the gap without people asking you, and you take your own initiative. And that's why I feel nowadays the government is encouraging people to promote volunteerism, social activism. Over the years, being in MOE for 43 years, being in Teachers Union, being in different government, non-government organizations, working with various Malay Muslim organizations and VWO, I think that made me become more open in terms of my mind. I see things from various perspectives. I just can't imagine myself if I were to be a teacher, and I just don't involve myself with all these community national services, inverted comma, then I will just be working and coming home and attend to my children. I must also share with you, I have 6 children to look after, and I have 6 elderly as well. At any time there were 2 or 3 elderly staying with me, and being a social activist, I have to leave the house and sometimes to attend to some other community needs. So one of the things that I learned over the years is managing your time. Time management is very important, number one. So I don't have the luxury of wasting time watching TVs. I don't have time sitting down lepak with people, talking, chit-chatting, cafe here, cafe there, kopi here, kopi there. No, I don't. A very tight schedule that I need to do, yeah. Though I have retired from MOE as a school teacher, but as long as I live in this world, I will continue to teach. I will continue to do the counselling. I will continue to do my social activism, whatever that I'm doing now. I'm very happy, and I pray that God give me this opportunity to continue doing this work, to add value to the life of the others. I think for those who want to be teachers, teaching is a very noble job. Very noble job. In all the religion, you find that teacher is always highly revered. So, and we have to fulfill the responsibility. Very responsible job, because you are developing a human being. The children, actually, whoever you teach, they will mirror you. So whether you are aware or you are not aware, conscious or unconsciously, it will have an impact on the people that you teach. So to me, it's not just a job for you to earn a living, but it must be a calling. It must be something that you do with commitment, with dedication, with the ultimate purpose, whatever purpose that you have, the bigger purpose. Many people wanted to become counsellor because they said they want to help people. Helping people come in many forms. Counselling itself, people think it's easy, you can just talk. So actually any good word that come from our mouth is counselling, but counselling normally involves purpose, more technicalities. When you want to do counselling, you must understand you're helping people, but we must also understand we also have our own set of values. we are not supposed to impose our values, we are not supposed to make judgment of other people. So sometimes in our interest to help people, we forget that we have to suspend our judgment, we have to detach ourselves, and we have to be non-judgmental. It's not easy, but there's a lot of internal dilemma that we talk when we counsel people. When I was young, it was never occurred into my mind that I would be a social activist. No. That was not in my dream. I mean, like, teaching, yes, but not to be a counsellor, not to be a social activist. But over the years, as I go, people start calling me, how do we identify you? So they say, okay, we consider you as a social activist. What are you representing? Are you representing M.Ed? Are you representing this organisation? So this is where I get the name, you're a social activist. So, but which truly, you actually work for the society and you expect nothing from the society. It will be good if a social activist can have a permanent job, stability, because then you can focus. You don't have to worry about the basic needs of yours, then you'll be able to help others. They always give you the analogy of people in the aircraft. When there's a crisis in the aircraft, the oxygen must come down. What must you do? Put yourself first. And then you put, if you have your children, whoever next to you, then you have to put the mask on children next to you. So that analogy is very powerful analogy. You want to sharpen people, you want to strengthen people, you want to uplift people, you want to add value of other people's life. Start with ourselves.